so it should fit into this page and be bold when being printed out. So I'm going to centralize it here, and this is my automated door schedule. So don't forget to like and subscribe if this really helped you, and also share to those. Check the description, the link in the description. There is a link where you can also be active in our Google Meet, where I can answer instant questions. So for now, you can leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share to those that are interested. So now this is door schedule. So we're going to be moving over to window schedule right now. We've done the door schedule, but we've not done anything about the window schedule. So now these walls are looking so thick. I need to option right click and remove true line width so that all the lines will be equal. So now we're targeting the windows. I'm going to select the window tool here. Normally I love elongating this so I can be able to see everything. So I'm going to select the window tool here. So now that the window tool is selected, I'll unzoom the plan and make sure and press Ctrl A. Ctrl A. Now, wait, sorry. Let's highlight the window. Then make sure I unzoom and hold Ctrl and press A. That's Ctrl A. So now the reason I'm unzooming and checking the whole project page is to make sure that there are no other windows outside these particular ones I selected here, you know. But then this is just the ground floor, so I would not advise you do this on the ground floor, but use the 3D to get the window schedule. So now, so that you're going to get everything at once. So now I'm going to press the escape key and head on to my 3D, which is FN F5. So we are at the 3D now. My laptop is loading, so let's load this other view, camera view. Next video I'll show you people how I set my camera view and camera angle. So now I'm going to select the window tool. So once I select the window tool first, so you don't confuse yourself, you don't need to do it floor by floor. You have to go to the 3D where everything is already there. Remember, ArchiCAD is something that builds elements, not just lines. So now, automated window schedule, you have to be on your 3D to activate. There are some reasons to why. So this is just ground floor, but I always advise you use your 3D to activate. In case maybe you're doing something that has first floor, second floor, and third floor, it's going to confuse you. So you're going to have to count them all automatically at once. Or you do your door and window schedule on the ground floor before you copy them up. Then I'll also show you how to copy them when placing them. You don't just copy parameters and keep placing. You have to place any window for it to correspond with your window schedule. You have to always make sure you first copy parameters before you drop window. Copy parameters before you drop window. So that for some reasons it's advisable to do that. So you don't see a lot of window one, window one, window one, window one, or window two, window two, window two, window two. So now we are here. We'll select the window two, Control A. Then I'm going to press Control T. So now that I press Control T, my toolbar is loading. That's the window toolbar is loading. So now I'll go to dimension marker here. So this dimension marker, when you click on the dimension marker, you see it has no marker already. Okay, sorry. Let's go to the plan and show you something. It has no marker already. So it's already ground floor. So, but when doing it, when going up, make sure before you go up and place your windows, always make sure you've already activated your window schedule. So moving forward, we are going to the ground floor plan. and then we'll select window 2. Let's zoom into one window. Sorry, the laptop is loading, so just chill for me, chill for Jesus, chill for everything, chill for the low laptop I'm using, blah blah blah. So now we select window 2 here. Window 2 is being selected. Try and view your entire plan where the window is being placed. So I'm going to press Ctrl A, and all the windows will be highlighted. So all of them, they don't have particular marker now. So you're going to press Ctrl T. We are going to place those markers right now. So now the 2 is loading. So you see no marker. So remember where I went to? I went to the dimension marker. So when you go to the dimension marker, you're going to see the no marker. You tap on it, you will see no marker, you see basic window, whatever, you see CI2, you see CI this, you see CI door and window basic size, you see empty marker, you see window marker, W marker 24, you see window stamp 24, and you see this one. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to um wait, no, CI is CAD image, so it's not CAD image we are using. We're using window marker 24, that's W24 here. So when we select it exactly, so this is it. So now the basic settings I normally do, I'm going to first of all go here to the classifications. When I go to the classification, this is so long. So when you write all these things and it's to be circled, let's see how it's going to be. So now you're going to see WD hyphen 004, and you're going to see how they are going to get represented right now. So be seeing the let's be seeing how it's going to be represented practically here. So now this is it. So now looking at the door schedule here, you're going to see it's like it's portable, it fits into the door well. So this window on is too bold and is disturbing. Now the reason it's disturbed is being too bold like this is because the circle is covering the radius in which the letters are being keyed in. So if you now go to the settings, let's load the settings right now. Then we're going to reduce it. So we're going to reduce the letters to just um, W1. W1. So look at what's here now. Look at it. Look at it here. So look at what we're going to change now. We're going to change this now to window 1. That's window 1. That's W1. So you see what's going to happen to that stuff now. It will reduce. Don't worry, my laptop is loading. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in my laptop. So now it's on window 1. You see in the and it has kind of reduced. But the circle, you're now going to make some other settings. So all these things will be okay, and the circle is going to fit into each window that they represent. Because like this is going to be so unprofessional and so congested to have them all like this. So we're going back to Control T, that window setting, and I'm going to rush these settings now, but you have to watch what I'm going to do step by step in the settings. Remember, if you want real-time questions and answers, we'll be hosting this class every Saturday evening, Saturday 9 p.m. West African Standard Time. So we are going to be taking your real-time questions and answers. So now we are going to the marker setting. Yes, dimension marker. So we'll go to dimension marker and we'll go to the marker text style. So now the text here, let's make it 1. So now that it's 1 and so that's the size. Yes, 1. Then we'll make uniform marker pen. Normally I love it being black, so let's make it black. Everything here should be black. So good. So now this is the marker size. The marker size is 10 and our letter is 1. So imagine how tiny it's going to be. That's our marker size. This is 10. This one now, I just adjusted it to 1 here. So we're going to reduce this now to 3, and then let's see how it's going to be first. So now this is exactly what it is. So this one is the letter there is 1, and then this one is 3. So now we're going back to the settings. So we're going to adjust it so we're going to get closer to the window. So let the settings load, and we'll see what we're going to do right now. Settings is loaded. Okay, the settings has loaded. So now it's so long and far away from the window, as you can see. Instead of this W to be closer to the window, is kind of far away from the window. So we're going to go to the marker symbol and text. So when we go to the marker symbol and text, normally I like marker head to be certain. So fit shape to text, I always click this. So it fits the shape to text. That's the shape of the circle to text. So now here, marker position is 20 mm out of the window. So we're going to reduce that to 0. When we reduce it to 0, we press OK. Let's check. This supposed to go somewhere here. This supposed to go somewhere there. Like they're supposed to go to their respective windows now. Okay, nice, exactly. So now it's here. But I'm not comfortable with it staying here. I want it to move away a little. So I'm going to Control T and adjust that. So I'm loading the settings again. Don't mind my PC, there's a lot going on in my background and so on and so forth. So the PC is supposed to be slow. So right now we will set that stuff. So it was on 20 mm before, that's the marker position. We reduce it to 0. So I want to give it, let's say, if this whole thing is 3, let me give it 2. So giving it 2 now, we'll press OK and see the position. It's going to shift out a little. This one also will shift out a little. So it's loading. Let's see. Now this is the perfect position I want it to be. So now I have problem with the font and this other line that is here. So I'm going to press Ctrl T and take all these things I'm pressing. You can set them all at once if you know the settings. But right now I'm trying to show you exactly how to do it. So that's the reason we're taking them step by step by step. So my the settings is loaded, have just loaded right now. Okay, so now the font, I don't like this font, so I'm going to move ahead. No, okay, the font is, sorry, they were still at this beginning side here. So extension line is this line. Once you remove this extension line, look at it disappears, you will see something. So it's supposed to show here, but the here, once we press OK, it's going to look and show here, but so that for us not to keep encountering those lags, let me just go straight to showing you the text style. So now, okay, it's 1. That's the size of this is 1, and then normally you can play around this. So I'm going to set up the font. I love it to be stylus BT S. So when you press S, the first letter of your font, you have to scroll to get it. So stylus BT, and that's the font now. And I want it, I don't want it to be too dark. I want it to fade a little. So I'm going to select this. So let's check whether the font changed, whether this extension line left, and whether the thickness of the dark. Okay, yes. So the extension line left, and then the font changed, and also the color of the font. So it's not going to be competing with the actual measurements and things needed for the architectural work in drawing. Oh, something is happening here. Something I need to adjust is happening here. Let me see, there are a lot of zeros here, but I need to correct this ASAP before it becomes a problem. Let me see. Why is it not highlighting? Control Z. Let this one come here. Okay, okay. Now, this thing that is happening here, this thing, this window has this, and this window has this. So now that's one very funny problem. So this window has this one here. So this window is 1000 by 1700. I don't know if you get what's happening. So now this one is this one is this one, like that, like that. So it's obstructing some of our stuff in this working drawing. So we're going to highlight all the windows now. We're going to highlight all the windows again. Control A. No, sorry, I highlighted the whole thing in this drawing by mistake because the window, I didn't select the window tool here. So I'm going to press escape key and I'm going to select window. I think my laptop is hanging. So now I'm sure the window tool is being selected. I'll press Control A. So now I press Control A and I'm going to press Control T to remove this thing obstructing my working drawing here. It's making it look so clumsy and so congested. So now we are going to the marker symbol and text. So where is that? Where is that? You move this way, marker symbol and text. Then you go to the show ID. If you remove this, you're not going to see that ID again, like the window one, window two stuff. So we need to see ID. So now the seal, show window seal, that's measurement value, whatever. I like turning this one off, so it's not going to show all those things. Look, I think it has this image supposed to be. Yes, the seal is going to go off. So now when you go to the next, when you go to the next, you're going to see show dimensions. Now those dimensions are these dimensions, and that's not what we want because the dimensions are going to be explained in the window schedule. That's the table of the window schedule. So I love turning it off. So you see it's off here. It's off here. If I turn it on, you see here it's going to change when I turn here on. Look at this. Okay, so we don't need that, we just have to turn it off. Sometimes it depends. You might turn it on if you want, it's depending on what you are doing. So moving over to the next now. And the next, I don't think I like doing any other thing here and the next. So it's okay. But then let's look at it now. This will leave, this nonsense will leave, and this other one here is going to leave. So exactly. So now inspecting the plan again, you will see that the circle is looking quite big and somehow disturbing in the plan. So I'm going to shift it out a little by one. You know, it's overlapping the window, but let's check through line width and see how it fares. Okay, it's quite nice, but I'm not satisfied personally. I would love to work on it again, reduce the circle so that it doesn't touch the wall and so it does not compete with these other measurements here. So Control T to bring out the settings here. So let the settings load. It's taking its time. Letting it explode on my head. Okay. So now yes, here are we. Sorry, sometimes you can get lost here when doing this, but when doing it once and for all, you don't really need to get lost, especially when you know what you're doing. So it's the marker text and style that I want to work on right now. So now the text is 1. I'm going to make it to 0.8. That's the text is going to be 0.8. And then the marker, the dimension marker, yes, the dimension marker, I'm going to reduce this to 2. So now I've reduced it to 2, and I'll make this uniform marker pen. I'm going to reduce it, so instead of it to be thick black, it's going to be like this. So once I just press OK, you see what's going to happen. This thing will change, and then the fill ink exactly. So now I'm perfectly happy and satisfied with the way the marker is here. So now selecting the windows, we have to select all windows again, you know. So now I will check again and make sure. I'm going to check again now and make sure that they are all uniform. That's window 1, because the next one we now have to select the other one manually. So window 1, that's classification and properties. Window 1, okay, they are all window 1, so that's okay. It's just cross checking. So now that they are all window 1, we'll have, that's where you now go and manually select the one that you want to be window 2. So if every other thing is window 1, I would love the toilet one to be window 2. Like I said, I love selecting these things in 3D. So I'm going to go to 3D. I've already done those settings, those two-dimensional settings and all those things, so that it's going to be nice in the plan. So now in the 3D, I'm going to select each toilet window. Of course, windows are always outside, so there is no window in the lobby in this particular design. Don't mind the way my laptop is hanging. So I'm going to hold my shift and select this one, hold my shift and select this one. I'm going to hold my shift and hold down the middle scroll. Yeah, you know, in your mouse, that scroll that you use to scroll front and back, there's a button in the middle. So when you hold your shift and hold down that button, you can rotate your camera. So that's how I rotate. So I'm going to hold my shift now and select it. If I don't hold my shift, the others will deselect and only this one will select. So I'm going to hold my shift and press that scroll button pin down again and rotate to check for toilet windows or store window. So I'm going to hold this one down, shift and select it. Something is happening here which I'm going to correct right now. But before then, let's go to the window settings. Let's go to the window settings. Window settings is loading, so it has loaded. And make sure this right here is window 2. So once you press OK, window 2, everything is going to there. So we've done our window 2, remaining window 3. So you're going to be asking, what would be making me look for window 3 in this nicely looking window stuff? But then I'll tell you the kitchen needs to be adjusted. So the kitchen is this place. Uh, where is that kitchen again? Okay, let's go back to 3D. So this is the kitchen, and you know, not normally kitchen windows are not meant to be as low as this, so they need to be higher. Like this kitchen window now needs to be 400. No, it needs to be 1000 or 1100. So normal is 900. We normally make window from ground to the lowest part of the window to be 900, while kitchen window 1000. So kitchen window 1000 or 1100 depending. So here I'm going to make it 1000. Normally I prefer 1100 because some people are tall and they like making their kitchen cabinets high and so on and so forth, and that's where your brief and everything needs to come in play when selecting, when asking clients for their brief and their whatever they need. So I'm going to tap on this node here. Look at what I tapped on. I didn't tap on the window. I didn't tap any other place. There is this black node that is inside the window here, black, that I clicked on. So when I clicked on it, it brought out these options for me. These options here. So this one is to move, as you can see, it's moving anyhow. But this one now is to elongate it at the side, which I don't want. But it's this one that I want. So because of lintel height, I'll use this one. So all the lintel height will be the same, and I will touch either this or this one. It has a node somewhere there. So once you click good, you know that you hit the point there. So when you drop it, now this becomes the window, the kitchen window. Perfect, and exactly how kitchen window is supposed to be. Depending on owner's what the owner preferred, you can just widen it a little. But then let's check the plan again and make sure that that's the only kitchen window we have here. So my laptop is loading again. Oh, see hungry. Don't worry. Okay, it's coming now. Okay, now that's the only kitchen window, and that's the only window now that needs to be W3. That's window 3. So you select the window, Control T, then change the description to window 3. Let's see, let's have it. So I change the description now to window 3. Window 3. So we have only 3 types of windows here and 3 types of doors here. So now going to the window schedule as schedule. So here you double left click on it. So when you double left click on it, you allow it to load a little. So now it has loaded. As usual, we adjust what we need to adjust so that we can work on it. And here we go. So this element ID, no, we don't need all this information. We could edit this information in that window classification setting. You could edit it, make it complex, more professional, more confuse your client base kind of way. But I don't really need all this. So all these are when you're going complex, all these high-rise buildings and so on and so forth. That is when you need most of all these descriptions to be sure, and that is where door and window schedule work very well. If not here, we could just manually do this, but I'm just showing you how to automatically do all these things here. So now I need the ID. That's the element ID, window one or window two, whatever, whatever. So dynamic, whatever classification, all these things, most of them are different with the way we place the windows on the plan, some facing north, east, west, and south, and so on and so forth. That's why you see window one, window one, window one, window one. But to simplify this so that window one will just be one, other than all this confusion. So we'll go to scheme settings. Under scheme settings, this thing was turned on before. So I love to hide this here. So when I hide this, I want this thing to hang here so that when I'm looking at here, I'm also looking at what I need to remove from here. So I don't mistakenly delete something, because when you delete something here, you can add them back, but it's going to take a while for you to look for it and find it. And sometimes it could get tricky because there are similar names and similar objects here. So now element ID, I need element ID to stay. Dynamic ID classification, I don't need that. So I'm going to hold down my control, not my shift this time around. I'll hold down my control and left click on this. While holding down my control, opening name, I don't need opening name here because I didn't edit it. So I'm going to remove that. Opening name is library partner. So quantity, I need the quantity. I want to know how many window one, window two is there. So I'll leave quantity from zone to zone. I don't need those. So we're not doing from zone to zone. I'll highlight those ones while holding down my control still. So when W and H, W times H, that's width times height. I need that one, so I'm going to leave it. Orientation, I don't need to know where it's opening to and all those things, so I'm going to highlight this one. Seal height, that's this one. Well, I don't really need the seal height, so I'm going to remove the seal height. Normal head height, okay, I will leave normal head height. 2D preview, 3D preview, I need those ones. Fire resistance, I don't need it. Thermal, whatever, I don't need that one. So sound transmission class, I don't need that. So I'm going to press my delete now and delete them. When I press delete and press OK, all these things now will correspond to what is here. But if you press cancel, you go back to default. Maybe you must have mistakenly deleted something that's going to press cancel. But let's press OK now. So now I press OK. What do we have here? You see there is something that is disturbing, and that is actually disturbing right now. We have two window 1, two window 2, and two window 3, which is not ideal. So now I'm going to go back to the plan and wait. I'm going to first of all remove this. Okay, the reason that is happening is this head height. The head height is now disturbing, so we don't need the head height. Let's remove the head height first. So that's the head height. Where's that head height? This one, we're going to remove the head height, press OK, and then we will see we have to have window 1, 2, and 3. So now we are having different window 1, different window 2, different window 3. And that, let's see, window 3 is just 1. Window 2 and window 1, they are having two different classifications and whatever. So we're going to correct that now. We're going to go back to the 3D. No, we're going to go to the plan so that we can see exactly which is which. So going to the plan now. So going to the plan now, we're going to check the windows. This is window 1, window 1. Window 2 is for toilet, yeah. Window 1 for room and living room. Window 2 is for toilet, and this kitchen, this is supposed to be window 2. This is the kitchen for, it's a 1 bedroom though. I don't know if you get, it's a 1 bed. Okay, I think this kitchen needs to have this one here, window 3. So now see what will happen. I will not delete this window, but I'm going to copy parameters here. I'll hold down the alternate and left click, copy parameters. Then I'll come here, hold down control alternate and paste parameters here. So now I've pasted the parameters. It's still the same thing, but we still have to control T, go and change this to Windows 3. So this thing is loading, the Windows settings is loading. So once it loads, we change this to Windows 3. So once we change this to Windows 3, that means Windows 3 has two windows based on kitchen window. So Windows 3, hurry up, change. You don't have time. Good. So that is Windows 3 kitchen window. And then there was one other thing. Yes, let's check that window schedule. Something else was disturbing. I think we're cross-checking. So okay, we have window 1, window 2. Okay, the only thing that was disturbing was just that window at the boys' quarter side. That's that kitchen window at the boys' quarter side. I didn't touch it because I didn't see it as toilet window then. So now we have Windows 1, Windows 2, and Windows 3. So here, why here? No, you don't need to tap that. Just press Control C. That's hold Control and tap C. Once you press Control C, see it loading back. Maybe your laptop is faster. You might not even see that it has loaded. Once you press Control C, you go to your floor plan, and you now look for an empty space in your floor plan. like we did the door schedule. So you unzoom, drag, go to an empty space, and then Control V, you just paste it there. So when you paste it here, okay, then you copy your panel of your panel of scale 1:100, because that's the major thing I'm working with here, scale 1:100. And I would love to align this door schedule, window schedule to the door schedule. So I'm going to highlight all of them. Control D. I just press Control D, and then I'll drag this, hold my shift. No, I'll hold my shift and lock it in here. Then I want it to align with this one. Once it's aligned, I'll now press Control K, and then OK, and then tap on this edge and here, because here it's already aligned to here. So that's why I tapped on here to here, and then elongate it to here. I don't know if you get, so it's going to align with that one. Then I'll now centralize. So when I centralize it, I have my window schedule here. So I can just adjust it. So that's how I do my automated door window schedule. Anything I touch in the door or adjust in the door, I'll have to go back and copy again and come back here and paste and so on and so forth. And that's it for now. So peace out on the next one. Don't forget, if you're new here, like and subscribe. So if you have a problem with your ArchiCAD file, you can just use the link on this particular video description. There's a link where you can send me your ArchiCAD file. I'm going to clear anything that is confidential. I'll clear anything confidential and anything that is too sensitive there, and I'm going to recreate your work and tell you exactly what's wrong with your project. So every other person is going to use and also learn and also observe and know what's wrong with the project. So don't forget to like and subscribe also. Peace out and see you on the next one.